The causes of terrorism are complex and deeply rooted. It often arises from poverty, injustice, and lack of education. Political conflicts, religious extremism, and social inequality also push people towards violence. Sometimes hatred and revenge replace hope and understanding. When people feel oppressed or unheard, they may turn to terrorism as a misguided way to make their voices known. November 26, 2008. The city of dreams, Mumbai, descended into a nightmare. As evening lights shimmered across the Arabian Sea, 10 men armed with guns and grenades carried out one of the deadliest terror attacks in India's history. They came by sea, quite coordinated and cold-blooded. Within minutes, the echoes of gunfire shattered the peace at Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, Leopold Cafe, the Taj Mahal Palace, Oberoi Trident, and Nirman House. For nearly 60 long hours, Mumbai burned under siege. Courage met chaos. Security forces stormed through flames and fears to save hundreds of lives. By the time it ended, 166 people were dead. More than 300 were injured, and the nation's heart fled. But 26/11 was more than an attack. It was a test of resilience. From the ashes of terror rose the stories of bravery, selflessness, and unity. Of commandos, policemen, and ordinary citizens who stood tall when everything else fell. Mumbai still carries the scars of that night, yet it also carries the spirit of its people, unbroken, unyielding, and unafraid. The 26/11 attacks were meant to divide us, but they did the opposite. They united a nation against terror. February 14th, 2019, a day that began like any other day in the valley of Kashmir. But at Latpora in Pulwama, peace was shattered when a car parked with explosives struck a CRPF convoy. In a single heartbeat, 40 brave soldiers laid down their lives. Pakistan-based group Jaish-e-Mohammed claimed responsibility, leaving a nation mourning and yet resolute. Within days, India responded. The Balakot airstrike sent a powerful message. Terrorism will never break our spirits. April 22, 2005. The lush meadows of Pahalgam, once echoing with the laughter of tourists, turned into a valley of silence and sorrow. It was meant to be a day of joy. Families of newlyweds and travelers discovering the beauty of Kashmir. But hidden among the forests, shadows moved, armed, unseen, and merciless. Within moments, gunfire pierced the city. Tourists running for safety became the targets of hate. The attackers asked questions that determined life or death. Names, faith, a single word sealing fate. In that gruesome hour, 26 innocent souls were lost. Men, women, and even a local who tried to fight back. Pahalgam, the paradise of India, bled under the cruelty of terror. Outrage spread over India. Operation Mahadev and later Operation Sindoor began. Swift strikes to dismantle terror camps across the border. India made it clear that terrorism will not find refuge and peace will not be taken hostage. But amid the loss, the spirit of the people remained unbroken. The valley that saw death also witnessed courage. Pahalgam attack reminded the world that terrorism is not just a wound on our region. It is a wound on humanity, and from that pain must rise a shared promise. Never again. September 11, 2001. Dawn broke over America like any other day, gentle, bright, and unsuspecting. But within hours, peace turned into chaos. 4 passenger planes were hijacked. Two crashed into the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center, one into the Pentagon and one into a quiet field in Pennsylvania. In those moments, the world watched in silence as fire and smoke swallowed symbols of hope and progress. Nearly 3,000 innocent lives were lost, but beyond the towering ruins, humanity itself trembled. The 9/11 attack was not only an assault on America, it was an assault on humanity, on compassion, on peace itself. It awakened the world to the face of global terrorism, ruthless, borderless, and blind. Yet amid the destruction and despair, courage rose from the ashes. Firefighters, paramedics, and ordinary citizens became symbols of extraordinary bravery. The story of 9/11 is not just one of tragedy, but of resilience. It is a story that reminds the world that even in the darkest hour, the light of human spirit never fades. From that day forward, the fight against terror became a global mission, not of revenge, but of remembrance, unity, and peace.